What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about muting. I would argue that muting is one of the most important things that you could ever do on the bass, and getting good at it is severely underrated. Why is muting so important? Because firstly, it stops a note's sustain. It eliminates all the hum and the overtones and the harmonics that might ring out. And most importantly, it is vital to your tone. Tone is something that people think all the time it's only can be controlled with your configurations and your pedals and your amp. No, that's not true. It's all about how you play. And so much of your playing comes down to the muting. Muting is essential. I will say it over and over again. We have many ways we can mute with our left hand, our right hand, combining them. Even if it's something that you haven't practiced or messed around with, maybe a big part of your playing could be improved by paying attention to this. So when people think muting, they just think, oh, I want my note to stop ringing. Sure, that's the first step. One of the first ways people learn how to do that is to just simply catch the string. We can do this with both hands, so check it out. I'm going to exaggerate here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just simply hovering my hand around and then touching the string. This is something you learn in the first month of first picking up the instrument, and as much as this can be geared towards a beginner, a lot of advanced players too might not use the combination of it. So if I bring in the right hand, I'm going to catch the string just with that. The most simple touch will stop it. Sometimes we might get some overtones and harmonics in there, so to collaborate the two of them is how you'll get a for sure cutoff note. See here, left hand and right hand are catching. Another important way of muting is lifting the pressure. If I lift my left hand's pressure, simply just release the note and not lift off the string, this is going to combine with the catching of the string. If I don't catch the string, listen here. Hear that ringing? You probably don't want that. I mean, you could, but combine these. So left hand catching, right hand catching, and lift. Dead sound right after. You choose how long you sustain your notes for, but when it comes to muting, you obviously are probably in a scenario where you want to stop the note. There's other ways of doing this too. I'm sure you might have heard of palm muting. This is common on the guitar when people are using a pick. You use the side of your palm and you're going to put it close to the bridge, and then you strike the string. If you're going for that, you can get some really cool, funky, low dynamic stuff out of palm muting. You could do it with a pick. I don't have a pick on me right now, but it's the same thing. Pick has a different tonal part. You hear me use that word over and over again in these lessons. Tone. Muting is such a big part of tone. It's not just, how do I stop the string from ringing? No, it's your tone. Some advanced muting concepts would be to have your right hand and travel with the string. So check it out. If I take my thumb here, I have this thumb moving with my right hand, and by it touching the strings, it's going to be stopping any ringing with my right hand all the way down here. It's called traveling thumb or floating thumb. I find some basses ring out more than others. My 5-string Ibanez is super hummy. You can eliminate that with the thumb. The combination of all these muting techniques are where you're going to find success in your tone, bettering your sound, cutting off notes whenever you want. It's essential, especially in recording too. You don't want to send the engineer a ringing and humming mess. They have to do so much in post-production and EQing to get that out of the mix. You don't want that. Even if it's not one of the first things that come to people's mind about how can I improve my playing, it's definitely not muting, but it should be. And there's even some other ways. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but there's something called the muffled mute. If we talk about the left hand muting, the catching of the string and the releasing of pressure. And you can get the kind of funky ghost note like sound with that really cut off note. Have I said it enough? Muting is so important. The best way to practice it is to be aware of it and then to try and apply it in certain scenarios. For example, the palm muting one I find very funky. I find the left hand and right hand catching just overall basic usage. So play some songs, jam out, find scenarios where you can apply all these and give it a go. That's the video for today, guys. I really appreciate it. Please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow all the social medias, and look out for the next video next week. Peace.